In recent years, high-profile child abuse cases have made headlines in Genesee County, and you may recall Dominick Calhoun, whose death was the catalyst for Dominick's Law. NBC 25's Jane Park joining us now with more on the case of a 3-year-old severely beaten and clinging to life in the hospital. Jane, what do prosecutors make of this unsettling trend?
Well, Bill, high-profile cases aside, prosecutor David LEYTON says child abuse is an epidemic that cannot be fought alone with the law. But there is one law that can help put people behind bars and keep them there. 3-year-old Jordan Parks fights for his life while his mother is lodged in jail. 23-year-old Alicia Wyatt was charged with first-degree child abuse Thursday because prosecutors say she didn't protect her young son from her abusive boyfriend.
She just put him in a very bad position, and that's why we charged her.
Wyatt's boyfriend, Robert Martin III, was charged with the same crime earlier this month. Prosecutor David LEYTON says Martin beat Jordan under the guise of potty training.
We know for sure there was probably some shaking, and at some point the child was slammed down against something.
Authorities say Jordan had bleeding in his brain and fractured bones. While he's still alive, police are drawing comparisons between this toddler and Dominick Calhoun, the 4-year-old who was beaten and killed by his mother's boyfriend in 2010. And it's the law Dominick's death prompted that LEYTON plans to use in the case against Wyatt and Martin.
It's changed the way that we look at child abuse.
Dominick's grandfather, Rick Calhoun, says it's a small victory. The law he championed for 2 years now puts first-degree child abusers in prison for life and adds penalties for people who commit abuse in front of other children and those who ignore and fail to report it.
Because of his sacrifice, yeah, there is no excuse no more. There's going to be no more toleration.
A tougher law can help curb child abuse, but LEYTON says until teenagers and young parents are better educated about raising children, this epidemic will continue to claim young victims. Well, we reported yesterday Alicia Wyatt also has a young daughter, and police reportedly found signs of abuse on her. She has now been turned over to the Department of Human Services. And as for Alicia Wyatt and Robert Martin, they are due back in court sometime later this month. Live in Flint, Jane Park, NBC 25. Bill.
Thank you, Jane.